Hi Amazers! So today we'll be doing algebra revision and we're going to start with simultaneous equation. So simultaneous equation, you need to find two values, that's x and y. But here we're going to start with elimination. So meaning we're going to eliminate x or y. Okay, so we're going to eliminate x actually, but we need to make these two numbers the same. The two coefficients need to be the same. So here we're going to multiply everything by 3, the whole equation by 3, and then this one by 2. The aim is to make these two numbers the same. So here we'll get 6x and that one will be also 6x. So let's multiply everything out by 3. The first equation, we're going to get 6x minus 9y equals to minus 9. And then the bottom one, you're going to get 6x plus 4y equals to 30. So that's step number 1. So at least you have the same number. Now we can get rid of that one by doing minus on both sides. So this one you can write it out as minus 9y. You take the sign before the number. Then you're doing subtraction, and then this one is positive 4y. So when you have a different sign, this one will change and it will become minus 9y minus 4y. So something you need to remember is when you have different signs, they'll become positive, but if they're same, then that one becomes a positive. If both of them are positive, that one will be positive. Okay, so minus 9y minus 4y, that will give us minus 13y, and you do the same thing for this other side. So you have minus 9 minus 30, that one is minus 39. So let's equate these two together, and it's minus 13y equals to minus 39. So to get rid of minus 13, we divide on both sides by minus 13, and this one will give us y equals to 3. Now after finding the first value, you're going to plug it in any of the equation. So we can actually use the second equation to find now x. So we have 3x plus 2y equals to 15. But now we're going to substitute this value over there. So the y equals to 3 will be our y value. So here we have 3x plus, into bracket, do 2 times 2y is the same as 2 times y, and y is 3. So 2 times 3 equals to 15. Now we have 3x plus 6 equals to 15. Now this one is a linear equation. You're going to separate the like terms. So we take 6 to the other side, and when it crosses the sign, it will become a minus 6. So it was a positive 6, now it becomes a minus 6. So you'll be left with 3x equals to 15 minus 6. That one is 9 divided by 3 on both sides, and you get x equals to 3. So those are your two values. So remember step number 1, make one of the coefficient the same. Then after that, now you over here 6x minus 6x, since both of them are positive, you're going to do minus. But if it was a positive and a minus here, then you do minus. Okay, so that one is a elimination on simultaneous equation. Okay, number 2, now we're going to do expansion. Expansion means you're getting rid of the bracket, and when there's a number outside the bracket, it means there's a multiplication in between here. So you're going to distribute that one over there, you distribute it again to there, and same thing, you do it over there. So we're going to take the number outside the bracket, you multiply it out with each of the items inside the bracket. So it's going to be 3 times 2x, that one will give us 6x. Same thing, 3 times minus 3y. So you're also taking the sign before the number. This one will give us minus 9y. And finally we have 3 times 5z. That is 515z. So now you put all this together with the respective sign in front of it. So here we have 6x, we have minus 9y, and 15z. And that is your answer. Now moving on to the second one. So here there's a bracket, so we need to distribute 2 inside there and also there. So we're going to get 4x minus. So 2 times 3x, that one will give us 6x. And then minus 2 times positive 1, it will give us minus 2. Like we said, when you have negative and positive, it will give you minus. Positive and positive will give you positive. Minus and minus, that one definitely is positive, and positive and minus, that one is negative. So that one should be your answer. Now the next one is on factorization, and from the word factor, we need to find the factors. Common factor. So you're going to start with a common factor that can be a number, and the common factor can also be a letter. So which number can divide both 16 and 8? Or in short, what is the highest common factor of 16 and 8? So 16 and 8, that one you can do a table there. We have 16 and 8. So if you start with 2 can go into 16 8 times, 2 can go into 8 4 times. Also 2 can go into 8 4 times, 2 goes into 4 2 times. Finally we have 2. 2 can go into 4 2 times, 2 can go into 2 1 time. So the highest common factor will be these three numbers. So you're going to multiply 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. So the common factor that can divide both 16 and 8 will be 8. So 8 goes outside. Next thing you need to look at is the common letter. Do you have a common letter between the first item and the second item? There is no common letter. So only 8 goes outside the bracket. Now you put a bracket. 16 divided by 8 is 2. And you're left with the P minus 8 divided by 8 is 1. And you're left with Q. So that will be the factorization. Now the next one, you have 9, 6 and 12. So we'll do the highest common factor for 9, 6 and 12. And definitely the highest common factor will be 3. 3 can go into 9 3 times, 3 can go into 6 2 times, 3 can go into 12 4 times. There's no other common factor. So the highest common factor will be 3. So 3 will go outside the bracket. Okay, so now you notice there's a P here, there's a P, and also there's a P. But for P, you pick the P with the lowest power. So this one has a power of 1, this one has a power of 1. So we only take 1 P outside. So over here, there's Q, but there's no Q. So Q is not a common factor. So open the bracket, 9 divided by 3 is 3. P divided by P is 1. Q is left, so it goes inside the bracket, minus 6 divided by 3 is 2. So we had 2 P's over here, but I used 1, meaning one of them is left. Q was left as well, plus 12 divided by 3 is 4. Okay, we haven't used any Q outside, so Q squared, and P, we have already used it outside. So that one will be your factorization. Lastly, we'll look at subject of formula. So in subject of formula, you're required to make one of the letters the subject. So how do we go about it? So we need to make this 3y the subject, meaning we have to throw 4x to the other side. So we'll end up having minus 3y equals to 5z. When you take 4x to the other side, it will become minus 4x. So we write here minus 4x. At least now we've been able to separate the y and the other numbers. Now from there, how do you get rid of the minus 3? Because you only want y only. So divide on both sides everything by minus 3. So that one cancels, and you're left with y equals to 5z minus 4x over minus 3. Okay. And lastly, we have make R the subject, and R is over here. And you notice this one is an algebraic fraction, meaning it's an algebra, sorry, it's a fraction, but it has algebra in it. And also this one is an algebraic fraction, so we need to make it a linear equation. So we do cross multiplication. So this number on top will be multiplied by that one, this one by that one, so that everything is on one line like a linear equation. So we have PQ times T. So you're multiplying both terms you're multiplying both terms, equals to MN times now 4R. So at least now everything is on one line. So let's get rid of the MN first of all. So we divide by MN on both sides. Okay, so that one goes, and you're left with, so I'll have to write it in the next page. So we have 4R equals to PQ times T over MN. Okay, so we're making R the subject. Get rid of the 4, divide both sides by 4. Okay, so that one goes, and you're left with R equals to PQT over 4MN. And that's how you do your subject of the formula. So I hope you enjoyed the class, and I hope you've been able to grasp one thing, at least one thing, if not everything. But these questions are very common in core exam, especially for the IGCSE students. So this is a common topic in IGCSE. Anyway, enjoy your day. Bye bye.